What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of CMA Podcast. How is everybody doing? Back again. There's nothing like that feeling in the morning when a Red Bull touches your soul, when you just need that sugar fix. A lot of people say, oh, you're drinking Red Bull, is it for energy? You don't get energy from Red Bull. You get energy from fruit and vegetables and everything that goes along with the program when it comes to healthy eating, proper diet, things like that. You don't get energy from Red Bull. You get your sugar fix, that taste of sugar. And for me, it's just the taste. But one day I would like to be sponsored by Red Bull. I think I should have shares in that company at this point. What's up today, guys? I hope everyone is good. It's getting a little warmer here in Switzerland, but the sun is shining, and when the sun shines, you can't feel bad about your day. You know what I mean? It's a wonderful time. Let me fix the audio here. There we go. When it's overcast and raining and even snow, too much snow will piss you off. But now it's just beautiful blue skies, sunshine, snow-capped mountains, the lake here in Lucerne. Nothing more beautiful in my opinion. Just enjoying some. I mean, you still got to wrap up when you go out. There's no question about that. It's still ice cold breeze when you don't have direct sunshine. But I don't want to ramble too much about the weather because, again, we're not a weather podcast. Just to touch on some brief housekeeping notices this week. There's not really much happening in the world of boxing, in the world of MMA, combat sports in general. It is a quiet time. Obviously, we had the controversies a couple of weeks ago with Francis Ngannou and his win on the last fight of his contract, and will he re-sign? And now he's got a surgery and he wants to go box Tyson Fury for millions of dollars, and will he be allowed to do so? His contract will extend plus 1 year because of he won as a champion. And I talked to Bert Green about fighter pay, and that ties in nicely with the whole Francis thing. He made $600,000 for a title fight where the boxers make millions and millions of dollars. And Chad Mendes came out this week and said his first fight with the bare knuckle fight championship, he's making more, or is it PFL? I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's BK. He's making more money in his debut than Francis Ngannou made as a champion in his last fight. So fighter pay and everything to go along with UFC and MMA or boxing in general, huge topic for discussion, absolutely. But not much happening. I want to touch briefly on some issues with CMA. I heard some rumblings recently about CMA is closed and CMA no longer exists and CMA this and CMA that. With the utmost respect, I heard it from previous members who've not been in contact with us for plus 2 years. If you look at our social media, if you are nice enough to watch an episode of CMA Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast, you'll note that we have not stopped since the pandemic began. I have repeated this story over and over again. I'll repeat it once more with the hope that people understand what's going on. This pandemic has crippled businesses, has destroyed people's livelihoods. I don't want to go down too much of the pandemic route, but we made adjustments. We made sacrifices, and we operate with ethics at the forefront. So when I hear things like the gym is closed, CMA no longer exists, I guess in today's world we could just flat out call that misinformation. I'll repeat the story again. I like telling the story because it reminds me of how much of a big fucking heart I've got. But we decided about a year ago to get out of the building that we were in because the government came in and said, you got to stop making money. You got to close your doors. Nobody is allowed in. Lock the doors. You got to stop. But you got to also pay rent and overheads and all the bills that come in with the deadline. You got to pay all them. So good luck. I don't know. I'm not hearing that talked about enough on the news, on social media, and whatever. But when I hear it laid out like that, it infuriated me. So we made a decision to get out of the building that we were in, based on a negotiation and a talk with the landlord. Very flexible. They heard our arguments, and the rest is history. Do we shut down the company? Do we stop operating under the banner City Martial Arts, CMA? I said no. I said I don't want to give up. I don't want to be part of that group of closures that is happening all over the goddamn world. So I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to train. We're going to do it outside, and I'm going to offer my time for free. Rent and bills and all that. Rent obviously is not going to be a factor. Some small overheads over the course of 12 months, which will be taken care of, and they have been. But every week, twice, and even over the summer, 4 times a week, I will offer classes, and we'll do it outside, and we'll have fun. And it's we pick 2 places in Lucerne, one by the lake in an open green when the weather is nice and the sun is shining, and when there's rain and it's cold. There's another spot that I was made aware of with a cover. So we've been giving classes, and I fucking love it. I thoroughly enjoy it. And I don't need a penny for that. Love getting there, talking to guys about the fights, talking about things we talked about on the podcast, talking about upcoming fights at the weekend, techniques, watching someone who just joined, watching their progress over the course of a 6 to 8 week period. People who are consistent, people I'm getting to know. That's why you be in this business, right? Unless, I mean, I've been in some scumbag gyms who just want to take your money. I remember the first jiujitsu gym that I was at. I asked a question, and the coach looked at his watch and says, I don't got time for questions, man. I got a big class I got to teach. And I never went back to that gym ever again. People who just want your money and who then are inconvenienced when they got to do their job, what you pay them to do. So, as I said at the beginning, ethics trumps it all. So I don't see why we couldn't make it work outside. We live in a beautiful city, and anyone who wants to join free classes outside, there you go, rocking. Because of that, and because of my consistency, I ended up losing 15 kgs of weight that I put on over the course of a 3-year period. I lost it in 1 year with no change to my diet, and my diet would consist of more leaning towards unhealthy than healthy. After boxing, I would have a pizza like a slice of pizza at Bachmann in the Lucerne train station. Absolutely divine pizzas. I would consistently eat chocolate. I would have a beer most nights. I like my French fries, chips, whatever you call them. I like my burgers. I like steaks. But over the course of a year, I ended up losing 15 kgs with no effort. Just continuous boxing that I enjoy and I love. So that's essentially what we've done for the last year. Now, because of some Swiss law and tax reasons, that may not be possible going forward. But we're in discussions about that. But since moving out of the business, or out of the building that we were in, and I think a lot of businesses who are still operating now, or maybe in the same circumstances as us at CMA, we're consistently trying to get back inside. My goal is to get this gym back up and running again. And to get it back inside, you got to re-strategize. You got to reassess your finances. You got to figure out, okay, what if there's another lockdown? What if, do we enter this cesspit of financial fucking despair in 12 months? How are you planning for that? Are you willing to risk? Are you willing to put your cojones on the table and say, right, let's do it, but let's do it carefully and let's do it calculated. You don't want to just sign a deal and go, all right, let's see what happens in the next 6 months. No, you got to re-strategize. And we've been re-strategizing for the last, I want to say 8 months. I got a new candle today. I'm a very romantic guy, but I'm also a heavy metal fan. I got a new candle. I think it's really cool. But yeah, I'm in talks with one place right now in Lucerne, and it may be ready for us around April or May. But as I said before, with the right deal, the right contract, the right landlord, we'll sign and we're ready to go. I get all the stuff back in there, get the boxing ring in, the boxing bags up, the weights, the treadmill, the bike, all the things that go along with the program, and we get back to normal. That's our goal. And that's what we're planning to do. Otherwise, we just shut it down. I'd set up Dave's podcast and train outside with my friends. Like, why put the stress on yourself if that's what you're planning to do? But business has changed. At any given point now, the government can come in and shut you down. You got to strategize for that. You got to calculate for that. So that's what we're doing. So just to shut down any of those rumors or misinformation, as I call it, hashtag Joe Rogan, hashtag beat cancel culture. That's what we are doing. We are re-strategizing and recalculating. And I am very excited to sign a deal and get the stuff back in and offer classes once more. Get CMA back up to the force it was in Lucerne. And with this podcast, let's see what happens. Very, very exciting times. I want to get off that topic now, but I'll keep you guys posted. Anytime there's an update, I'm ready to go. I'll let you guys know what we're doing. But anyone in the Lucerne area or the surrounding areas here, come training with us. Right now it's free, it's outside, it's getting warmer, so you don't have to worry about your ice cold fingers. Hopefully in the next few months we'll have, my chair's going down. There we go. We'll have a building. We'll be having the logo on the walls. We will be having the boxing ring in, the bags up, the music on, and training and getting fit and getting healthy and working on that immune system. But yeah, I'm off that topic now, but just to clarify, in case there's misinformation about City Martial Arts, we are fit, strong, and healthy. We are ready to go. We are financed, and we are ready. That was very aggressive. Yeah, nothing crazy happening this week in the world of mixed martial arts. There is a fight at the weekend. I'm not super excited about it. Robert Whittaker versus Izzy Adesanya, stylebender. We've seen them fight before. I'm not too, I'll watch it. I will watch it for sure, but I'm just not excited about it. And I'm certainly not going to give any predictions with confidence, because the last time I did that, I looked like a schmuck. But yeah, I'll watch it. I think Izzy will get it done again. He's special. But again, you know, like Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena, there's no way Amanda should have lost that fight. So when you talk about who's going to win, who fucking knows? Disturbing video of Conor McGregor eating an ice cream in bed with a stoned / alcoholic looking face on him. If that's the end game for $100 million in your bank or more, I guess he's worth more now. If that's the end game, if you look like a schmuck in front of your whole friends and family because you've been successful in marketing and the cage and the boxing ring, then keep your money. I would much rather have my dignity. That guy is an absolute embarrassment to the island of Ireland. I apologize to the world on behalf of an Irish guy. I apologize to the world for his existence. He is nothing short of embarrassing. And and apologies to Bert Green, if I could have him taken out of the green island of Ireland and have him passed across and just given to the United Kingdom, it would make me the happiest man on the planet. But unfortunately, we can't do that. And he is where he is and who he is. And that's it. So apologies again for anyone offended by the existence of Conor McGregor. I apologize. He's an embarrassment. He's so embarrassing, I'm hitting the microphone. John Jones, they're talking about John Jones returning, and the rumor is that he's going to fight a guy called Stipe Miocic, the former champion. Are you still on the John Jones train? Like, does anybody give a fuck anymore about John Jones? Anyone that puts their hand on a woman has lost their man status. If you support John Jones, if you want to see him fight, God bless you. Absolutely, God bless you. I think John Jones needs to delete social media and just crawl back under that scumbag rock he climbed out of. He is a terrible human being. He needs to go away, stop talking, stop trying to get his name out there via Twitter and Instagram and staying relevant. He beat up his fiance. She's a bigger dope for taking him back. All his transgressions, even before that, I was off the John Jones train. I cannot support anything to do with what he does or who he is. So fuck that guy. And that's all I'll say about John Jones. But I hope Stipe gets back in there soon. I miss Stipe. Stipe is one of the good guys. But yeah, I guess, was that a rant? I don't know. I'm going to keep this one less than 20 minutes. Guys, thank you very much for listening to me again. I checked the analytics recently. I've got listeners in 23 countries. So shout out to all those 23 countries. Honest to God, I don't know why you listen to me. I just want to talk about fights and training and current events and things like that. I'm a huge podcast fan. I don't watch like TV series or anything like that. There's a helicopter overhead right now. That's fantastic. That's good viewing right there. Tell me what you think about helicopters. But I've got listeners in 23 countries, which is hilarious to me. Send me a message, a private message, if you don't want to hit me with a comment, because I'm just so curious as to why you listen to me. It's really strange. If you just want to like laugh and see the funny side of MMA and boxing and things like that, I get it. But if you don't know it and you just supporting me because you're a good friend, few and far between these days. So hopefully we can get back in the gym, get back training as normal indoors with a roof over our head. That's the goal. CMA is alive, it is fit, it is well, and we are ready to kick ass again and be one of those companies that survived the pandemic with ethical behavior. Show me one business that offered a year of free service. Now, made possible the fact that I don't depend on this for my income, but show me one business that did that. Show me one business that didn't come up with these flexible deals and worked with you. And instead of saying, no, my friend, we have a contract. No, we pride ourselves at City Martial Arts on our ethical behavior. And we offered a year of free service. We didn't ask anybody for any money ever. And that's what we pride ourselves on. Ethical business. Now, yes, people go into business to make money, but in a pandemic, with everything shifting and things changing and rules changing, we remained consistent, and I am super proud to be sitting under the banner of City Martial Arts. Send me a message on our Instagram page. I do most of the posting via Instagram at City Martial Arts. We also have a Facebook page. If you are a YouTube subscriber, thank you for hitting the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Hit me with a like if you liked the episode. I do see the dislike button, so if you hit it, it won't be public, but I'll know that you didn't like it. And if you don't like it, hit me with a comment and tell me why. Feedback is also very, very welcome. Many thanks to Justin for the epic feedback last week. And that's about it from me, guys. Thank you very much again for listening. And any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Rock and roll, guys.